All right, here we go. Just wanted to talk this time. You see, I got my Wakanda shirt on. Thought I ran the red light. You see, I got my Wakanda shirt on, and it's cool because W, you could either be the W from the Wu-Tang Clan, or it'd be W from Wakanda. And this is Wakanda. I gotta add WakandaCon for donating money to Flint. It was real cool the way they had that set up. Anyway, I want to talk today about Daredevil season 3 and Luke Cage, and just like put all of the Daredevils in one just compare them all, and just compare like all my Luke Cages. I might even talk about Iron Fist and Jessica Jones and Defenders, but more so with Luke Cage season 2 and Luke Cage season 2 and Daredevil, because people is quick to throw Luke Cage under the bus, quick to say, oh, season 1 wasn't good, season 2 wasn't good, and then there's people like me. I feel season 1 wasn't bad. I felt maybe after Cottonmouth it dropped off. I certainly was laughing at Diamondback, in terms, not laughing at him, but I felt he wasn't as up to par as he was a cartoon character in a real movie, right? His acting was really wild. And then season 2, you had Bushmaster. People bashed the accent, and I'm gonna just let you know, Jamaicans, not all Jamaicans talk with the same accent. They don't all have it strong. You have a higher British accent speaking Jamaican. You have a harder Rastafarian Jamaican accent. So you have various Jamaican accents. To me, that was one of them, okay? And all of them had a similar accent. So I've gotten to, I live in Miami now, so I see that you have, various Jamaican accents. And of course, Patois is a Jamaican hybrid, so you're going to break it up, and everybody can understand Patois, and a lot of that sounds very much the same if you're going to speak it. But in terms of speaking English, not English because Patois is English, but in terms of speaking with a Jamaican accent outside of Patois, then you have more of a British, you have more of an American, you may even have a Jamaican English that's not a Patois so hard. So there's a variety of Jamaican accents when they speak in English, bro. So for me, that's just a pet peeve, and I really actually want to vent this time because I write, and this is probably personal, right? I write Luke Cage, the TV show style sci-fi or stories, right? I love the mixture of hip-hop. I love the mixture of the Harlem Black setting. Now, I don't think anybody is dissing any of that, but I don't think that they're also giving it enough of a pass. Now, I can go back and say, let me see how many scenes there were fights in Luke Cage, and how many episodes there were fights in Daredevil. However, if I thought Luke Cage moved slow, Daredevil ain't moving no faster, because there was at least 2 or 3 episodes. There was, backstories. There was plot setting up, and I'm like, yo, where are the fight scenes? Luke Cage get taken down. He's an underdog, and many times when he's fighting, Daredevil is underneath the underdog. He's getting his ass beat. Many times he got to get saved, or the people beating him stop fighting him because they think he's dead already. How do you do that? And that's your hero? I'm with you, mind you. I love Daredevil in terms of the concept, who he is. I told my wife, in the comic book, he be swinging from street lamps like he's Spider-Man, you know, and I'd be damned if he's done that once in the TV show. It just is too much of a stretch of his abilities for him to just jump from a building and land on a street lamp and do a somersault, you know, some gymnastic spin moves, but that's what he does in the comic books, and he lands perfect. In the TV show, he's so beat up, he don't look like he can, you know, land jumping off a car. You know, every time he does something, it seems like he's extra summoning some inner extra superhero strength to just be able to get up and punch somebody, let alone be able to jump on top of a car and do a somersault off a fire escape, or any of those things that I used to see him do in the comic book. So he's certainly dumbed down in terms of probably the special effects or just the realism, which I like. I like the realism. I'm not going to knock it. But in terms of the seasons, season 3, yeah, Daredevil was good, but mostly because of Kingpin. Okay, I'm gonna say he was 80% of what was good about it. Then there was other elements like the girl who's from True Blood. She's a heck of an actress, yo. I'm gonna give her all the props in the world because they did a backstory on her, and she's from a rural environment. I wouldn't say trailer trash, but maybe white trash. I don't know. They definitely seemed a little trashy. But she sold us on that. I don't even know which is more her MO. Is it the young lady that works as the reporter, or is it the girl who was like a drug dealer enforcer for her brother? She sold me on the drug. Yo, that's good acting right there. She played those two different types. And I'm giving it all those props. But I'm also going to say, you had Bushmaster, you had Alfred Witter. Come on, dudes. And then, you know, the overall story, you had Piranha, the little hustling dude. There was times in Luke Cage I laughed out loud. Not to mention, you have Misty Knight. I don't know, guys. I personally feel that as a black audience, we are harder on ourselves. And it's for no reason. I understand that we've had to be 2 times better, right? We've had to have to be better to achieve here in America. But at some point, that pressure is over when we have a TV show like Luke Cage, where we've already broken the records. And also, you know, if that's what we're going to do, then let the external forces be the one that critique us. I got white people that tell me they like Luke Cage more than some black people. The people that you hear critiquing Luke Cage, they be like black people. I'd be like, damn, are y'all sabotaging the show? Nobody even picked up on that. Nobody's even dissing it like that. So I don't know. For me, I mean, Daredevil may be good and may be great, but to me, I will watch Luke Cage season 1, season 2 over Daredevil 1, 2, or 3. I love Daredevil; it's good, but I still like, you know, just the setting. Maybe I've been without watching my own people on the screen, and now I just am in a romance for seeing black people on the screen. But that's where I'm at, y'all. And I think part of, you know, I'll debate somebody. I would love somebody to debate me, you know, and present, you know, counterpoints, because I'm a Gemini and I try to see both sides of the story. But just for argument's sake, let's go into it. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that wants to debate me, boom, let's do a Facebook Live. Let's go at it. I'm going to be at a Motor City Comic Con this Saturday. Yo, I have a panel. I'm quick to change the topic to talk about Luke Cage. I actually got a question on it already. So that's my thing. I just think we're too hard. I don't even know what the other criticisms of Luke Cage season 2 is. What? The accents was bad? Is that it? And if that's the case, then you either somebody that's upset with the politics of Jamaica because it didn't make Jamaicans, or the Jamaicans in the story didn't look totally good, but I know there's Jamaicans and Caribbeans in general, whether you're from Dominican Republic, Haiti, Trinidad, Cuba, who have a certain opinion about African Americans. So that is real. So y'all can act like it's not. There's definitely people that love us, but then there's definitely that opinion that African Americans are lazy, they're not as motivated. I know Caribbeans that don't want their children to marry African Americans, so let's not even and talk about it. I mean, there's African Americans that don't want their children to marry African Americans, but I'm just saying, to act like what Bushmaster and his family was doing is so unheard of, you out of your mind. So sometimes they probably just dissing Luke Cage because they don't want to admit some of the things that the Jamaican culture brought out in the TV show. And they want to use the accents as a scapegoat. So to me, I'm not buying it. I got 3 Jamaican roommates, and neighbors, and they all talk a different, with a different accent. So to me, it's a mute issue. I can see past it because I know that there's one accent that is correct out of all of the varieties that they speak on the island. And that was it. And what else? I don't know what other people are talking about. Sure, the Bushmaster and Luke Cage fight scenes could be more, bigger in scale. These guys are super strong. Luke Cage can punch like Thor. Probably like Thor, punch like the Thing, punch like the Hulk, and yet he's doing little minimum damage to cars when he falls into them. Yeah, sure, that could be a bigger budget, but are you serious? Is that what you're going to critique it on and say, the season is trash because of that? I'm not even going to get into Iron Fist. I think season 2 was better than season 1. I think this season 2 was, a Daughters of the Dragon prequel, was Misty Knight and Colleen. But I wanted to talk about Iron Fist altogether, so I'll just leave it. But right now, I just finished Daredevil. They saved the best fights for the end, and to me, they were suspect. Okay, I didn't agree with all of the pausing. I didn't agree with how the fights were left. Finish Kingpin off. Kill him. What's the big deal? Or get out the way and let Bullseye kill him. And, so y'all can play, you understand where Daredevil was coming from. I don't, okay? You're going to be hard on Luke Cage, then I don't understand Daredevil. I understand Matt, all right? And that's not trying to find something wrong with Daredevil. I was thinking of that regardless of what people said about Luke Cage. I already was questioning Daredevil from the very beginning because he's on that Batman level. Let him live or whatever. And I'm not saying you got to kill him. I'm saying if he's killed people, you could kill him, or you could let somebody kill him and let the killing stop right there. It was a beautiful opportunity. I think Kingpin's wife, I don't know what she's going to jail for, but I don't understand her backstory. They didn't really get into it. I don't know why. Gold diggers don't just join in with their thugged out boyfriends or husbands and say, let's start killing to protect the empire. I think there's something to her, and I think, she's going to take over. But now they're both in jail. So does she get out of jail season 4 and become the villain? I don't know. But maybe she learns how to fight. She's a little old to be learning how to fight in jail. Maybe she becomes a Black Mariah who, some other elements to her. But anyway, I don't dislike, I love them all. I will watch all of those Marvel Netflix shows over all the other stuff they got on Netflix. I can count the other shows that I watch on Netflix. Luke Cage is the reason why I got Netflix. Bottom line. And I'm sorry they canceled it. I might cancel my Netflix because of that. All right, y'all. Peace.